everyone, welcome back to Sunshine in the Kitchen. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I got a very tasty thing on the menu. Your two favorite things, asparagus and bacon, all wrapped in one. That's right, I said all wrapped in one. We're going to be doing bacon wrapped asparagus, and when I say this is delicious, I mean it's delicious. So the two things that you're going to be needing for this recipe is bacon and asparagus. That's it. No salt, no pepper is needed. As we all know, bacon has tons of flavor and salt already in it, so those are the only two ingredients that you'll be needing. For this dish, I'm going to be using my favorite pan. You know, the pan that I always have in my videos where it's a sheet and on top it's a rack. You could use just a regular baking sheet, that would be fine. The reason why I prefer this pan is it sits above the pan, the rack, so the hot air is moving all the way around the bacon and asparagus, leaving it to get crispy not only on the top, but the hot air is also getting it crispy on the bottom. Also, it's a little bit elevated off the pan, so it's not going to be sitting in that grease. So that way when you eat them, they're going to be nice and crispy. And just to make my life a little bit easier, I put some foil on the bottom. I'm still going to wash this once I'm finished using the pan, but a lot of the oil is going to be trapped on the foil instead of the baking sheet, which makes my life a little bit easier. Okay, so let's get to it. So right here I have one bunch of asparagus. So how many I'm going to be making is one bundle. It comes with about, I'd say 15 to 20 asparagus, and I'm just doing that amount because I have a small family living with me. If you're cooking this for a crowd, it definitely is an amazing dish. You're going to be wanting to make a couple trays full because everyone's going to want at least 5. So I have already washed my asparagus, and the trick to cutting asparagus, this is more of the tough part. It's the root that you don't really want to eat. It's a little bit more tough than this tender green part. So you can either eyeball it. Because I've been cooking asparagus for a while now, I kind of know that nice spot where to cut the root off. But if you don't know that spot, the best way to do it is just to grab your asparagus, and wherever it breaks naturally, you don't have to force it, just bend it in half and it'll snap right where it's supposed to break. So we can just do that to a few more. So just get it and snap, get it and snap, and that's where it's supposed to break. And you're gonna be left with all of this long part to wrap in your bacon. So now that I have all of the roots from the asparagus nice and cut off and they're all clean, it's time to start wrapping them with the bacon. Personally, I like to start wrapping about here so the tip part of the asparagus is still able to show, so that you know what you're eating, you know that you're eating an asparagus. If you would like to wrap it all the way, then that's totally fine, to each their own. And this is how it's gonna look, just like this. Doesn't that already look so good? Just wait till it's nice and crispy.
There's no wall you won't kick down, lie you won't tear down, coming after me. There's no shadow you won't light up.
Also, while you're wrapping your asparagus, you want to make sure that you already set your oven to 400 degrees so it can be preheating while you are wrapping all of your bacon.
Lie you won't tear down, coming after me.
And some of the bacon you can cut in half. These bacons I cut in half because I have some smaller pieces of asparagus like this one, and I can just stretch out the bacon to make it stretch along the whole asparagus. Just like that, and if a little bit shows on the bottom, I think that's nice. I don't think that's a problem at all. Also, for this dish, I prefer the thicker asparagus. As you can see, they're a little bit thicker, almost like the size of your finger. Personally, I just like that size because I feel like one bacon goes really well with the thickness of the asparagus. If you happen to only have the skinny shoestring asparagus in your grocery store, I know one time my grocery store didn't have the thicker ones and they only had a lot of the skinny ones. So I had to improvise and I got those skinny asparagus and I just wrapped the bacon around about 3 pieces of the asparagus. I just stuck them all together and wrapped it with bacon and they came out just perfectly fine. So you can either use the thicker asparagus or the thinner asparagus and just make about 3 in one bundle opposed to the one thick asparagus. Okay, so now all of my asparagus are nice and wrapped in the bacon. I had a couple left over and didn't have enough bacon for it, so I'm just going to cook that and roast those along with the rest on the pan. So I'm going to be putting this in a 400-degree preheated oven for about 15 minutes. Then I'm going to flip all the bacon over for an additional 15 minutes or just until they are all nice and crispy all the way around the bacon and the asparagus. Take them out, let them cool for a little bit. During that cooling process, they are going to crisp up a little bit more and then they are going to be ready to serve. Okay, so here they are, everyone. Look how good these look.
Cash that check, guess what's next? I'll be the best. Don't get confused, I'm reliable. That's cause I always produce. God chose me, so I don't have to choose. I can live out my dream. Must be the shoes. You don't want to offend anybody, so you tiptoe. You so focused on your balance like you're a flamingo. Enjoy.
And here are all of my bacon wrapped asparagus. I would say in total the cooking process was maybe 35 minutes. Like 15 minutes on one side, 20 minutes on the other. They are all nice and crispy, all 360 around the asparagus, and they smell delightful. They smell like bacon and asparagus. How much better can it get? Now it's time to give one of them a taste. Alrighty. These are so darn good. Oh my goodness. These are just so... If you love bacon as much as I love bacon, I really love bacon, but I'm sure we all do. It's so tasty, like how could you not? Then you'll love these. They are crispy. You get all that good flavor from the bacon. You get the crispiness from the bacon, but you also get that nice tenderness from the asparagus. And personally, I love asparagus, so this is just my go-to appetizer. You can have this for a Super Bowl party, a barbecue, a birthday, a nice elegant dinner. Anywhere you bring this dish, everyone who eats it is really gonna love it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed watching me make these. I have lots more videos to come. Stay tuned till next time. Until then, God bless from my kitchen to yours. Bye!